Nem. Pamuk nem fogom a hambait kiszedni.
Ja, még te jössz fel beszélges emberekkel. Csinálj ezt a hát a kézzel most jobb érendő.
Hozzának.
Az gyere.
De most nem itt. És tényleg, hogy milyen jól ülök.
Na most fogsz felállni onnan fent, és visszafogok el.
Legyél innen.
Okay.
Igen. Nem tudom, de akkor mi van?
Elcsivoltam, megettem a levet.
Well. Okay.
Szabadon vannak. Miért a jobb jön be? Az árához képest túl drága. Egyszer-kétszer aztán még kóstolóban az USA-ban ilyen kis üvegesek, azok jók vannak, de egy 800 forint is 2 deci. Szépen, korán veszem meg. Annyi sajnálok rá.
Így van. Alig állják ezt. Ide vagyok még.
Jó is.
Ez a cigány stream.
Sitáló. A sarokban karba tett kézzel és morcosan néz maga elé. Oké.
Várjál még.
Oké, várom. Szerintem már nézed.
Oké, megvan.
Mint egy ilyen viszkis üveg lenne előtte, vagy egy dzsinas üveg. Ülve.
Ilyen, az mérges.
Mindenkinek jobb ülnie. De nem piálva.
Igen. És akkor azon a szöveg ott.
Nem voltam ezen erről. Ha. Viszont most a war time on land. When we hop aboard our ships, we leave behind the booze, the women, and the gambling lifestyle. So I'm gonna cut loose and gamble till you better Szóval hát az összes pénzét az a terve.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
A lot happened over the years, but I finally found the place where I belong. Let me know if you want to order a drink or if you need me to deal your cards. Oh, and if you need someone to listen to Jack, I'm your girl. Gomez, this pub is the same as ever. Jack hasn't changed either. Not that I can remind you, I'm more than happy to eat and drink here, especially when Hal is the one serving. Though I probably shouldn't be coming here at this time of day. This place is always swarming with drunkards early in the morning. I like to gamble more, but I have to be careful. The driver suddenly has too few zeros, I'm afraid. I think I'll just sit back and play spectator. Check. And you've been in Longport for as long as I have. You tend to hear a lot about Aaron Way. That kid has made a hell of a name for himself. He's been the talk of the town for the last few years. I was Also been hearing a lot about air lately. The whole situation sounds like a mess. You gotta watch yourself out there, alright?
Well,
Poison. Nice to see you again, man. Sounds like you have a tough job ahead of you. Sure ain't gonna be a cakewalk, especially with Henry in the picture. We should get you nerves of still right about now. I promise it's not an innate ability. Mine were forged over years of witnessing Jack and his plights. Though I don't intend to pry into yours, after all, this place is a neutral zone. Where some things in the universe are constant. I'll be sure to leave my towels at the door when I drop by. Might pop in every now and then to trade info with Jack. Of course, you're more than welcome to do business here. But if you want to stop by for pleasure, that's just as well. Feel free to indulge in drink or in gambling. I've known Jack for many years and I owe him a fair deal. It's only due to his efforts that this place remains neutral ground. Though lately there's been some trouble brewing.
I know.
Dragon's Tom Yung Gung. Gambit Sour Cocktail.
Az első kettőről tudsz.
Oh wow. És viszonylag olcsó.
A csipot nem költ vissza, de fel kell.
Egy nagyon feltámasztó, oké, és nem sok hápákat, az a helyes.
See you again!
Ez a nagy jukebox.
Ja, mi volt a... Vannak a címe?
Kardos utca 30. Igen, Kardos utca 30. Elküldhetem a képet.
well,
Megosztás, Messenger, csetek.
Ez lesz a szemben 114 millió. 102,5 millió.
Az... Wow.
És csak egy kép van róla.
maybe.
Csak tervezés képek vannak róla.
Megküldtem a képet. Ha össze akarod hasonlítani. Akkor beleküldtem, hogy néz ki.
4 szobás egyébként.
Amúgy az tök jól az nekünk.
Well,
Más is van hozzá, meg tároló.
Mi anyag is el tudnánk különíteni.
Ez a földszín. Onnan nyílik, hogy közlekedőmből 3 szoba nyílik, egy 12 négyzetméteres, 13 és feles, meg egy 7 négyzetméteres.
Ennek három hálós.
Felső szinten van egy konyha étkező, akkor ha jöttem, van egy zuhanyzó, ami a konyhából nyílik. Van egy bazi nagy nappali, amiből szerintem akkor ilyen elkészített terasz is van, legalábbis tudom. Nem rossz egyébként, de 100 millió az meg, onnan pöcsömből össze 100 milliót.
De a fantáziám megítette, hogy ez így tök jó lenne, úgyhogy elmondtad.
Van egy másik is, úgy 77 négyzetméteres, az 63 millió forint. Az még rosszabb a kép, amit felgyörgyöttek. Az is egy tervrajzos, de az egy látszik, hogy ilyen 60-szor szkennel. Tudom, semmit hagyj össze ki belőle valamit.
De hogy itt mondottam magad, lehet, hogy lehetne felvenni, nem?
Nem mit ír, igen, van leírás, azt mondják, hogy a jó állapotú, dupla komfortos, nem tudom mit jelent. A belmagasság 3 méternél alacsonyabb, van légkondi benne.
Jó alacsony akkor. De mégis akkor könnyű lehűteni, meg felfűteni.
Ilyen kapcsolatos.
Kertkapcsolat, az mit jelent?
Tudom. Téglalakás.
Igen,
Aztán hűtő-klíma.
Gázfűtéses.
5 centis szigetelése van.
Nem csinálom, most csináltak rá vastag szigetek, és azért kezdve fűteni azért van, hogy drága.
Hát igen.
Ez komfortos, de akkor még jó.
Ja, az ugye a lakására 107,5 millió forint, és mellé kötelezően megvásárolandó a 17,25 négyzetméteres garázs is, melynek ára 10,5 millió forint.
Akkor miért nem bírják az állat, akkor már?
A két külön telek, de meg kell venned az a garást is, mert hozzájárt, az külön áron árulják.
Azt külön árulják, igen.
Hát igen, nagyon jó helyben van, mondtam, hogy drága lesz egyébként, csak kíváncsi, mennyire drága. Mert azért nézzük ezt a lakást, az...
Ez a nagyon tetszik.
Hát, jól néz ki nagyon.
Hát, szerezzük el 100 milliót. Ez a...
Hát ha költözni akarom, biztos, hogy nem oda költözünk Debrecenbe, hanem valami falusi részre fogunk menni. Jó. A stream nem megy még.
Jó van.
Nem megy a stream technikailag.
Akkor...
Gyakorlatilag egy helyben áll a streamerem.
Hát, akkor nem is.
De most viszont...
Ez kevés.
Na! Fajtályás.
Ügyes.
Kaptál tojást reggel.
De most még kellek.
Well,
És megkezdem az egyiket, először ezt csinálom. Okay, I heard everything from Lady Ashan. She wants you guys to get rid of that monster, yeah? That's right. So where do we need to go? Did Lady Ashan not tell you? It's on a remote island called the Eroded Cave. I heard about that place when I came here sightseeing in the past. Not only is the landscape breathtaking, it has some mysterious legends surrounding it. It's quite popular apparently. Yeah, but sadly no one's allowed to go there right now. And it became infested with monsters after that big one appeared. Naturally, tools have been delayed indefinitely, at least until we can exterminate those vermin. And you want us to be their exterminators? Ashan did say that heavy US people would handle it if we couldn't. But they asked for time, so I say we do it. Just take some time to think it over. If there isn't any leeway in your schedule, then it's all good. You can use this boat to head there if you decide to accept the job. A tour guide will be waiting for you there. They'll make sure you don't get lost. That's very considerate. Thank you. Alright, we'll let you know what we decided with. Harry was asking us to exterminate a large monster in the eroded cave. Should we take the gig? Elfogadhatok? Úgyis most mentettem, hogy ezt most így tesztelem akkor. Másom visszatöltem. This place is beautiful. I can say that again. cave. Please take a look at the two passageways. Over the years, the winds dissolved the brittle parts of the surface rock, which created these two holes in the... Hey, hold up a sec. Is it just me or are you giving us the tourist treatment? I thought you were supposed to take us to the master. Oh, I have no intention of doing so. However, we wanted to provide a little treat to you, since you have us other guests. They requested that we give you a full tour of the cave. That was nice of her, yes. Certainly won't object. Isn't it a little dangerous to be doing this though? I'm sensing a lot of monsters around here. Are you sure it's safe for you to tag along with them? Oh, don't worry about a thing. Our tour company is not dangerous, so always employees include myself. I hear you are operatives. I'm certainly not the strongest in the organization, but I can hold my own in a fight. Since when did Longport have badass tour guide ladies? Eva sure has a lot of interesting people in their employ. Though it is a little chilling to see how much influence they have in this town. Anyway, let me tell you a little more about the eroded cave. Have you heard of the famous legend involving it? Well, we heard of it, but we don't know any of the particulars. Well, allow me to explain that. This is a story that's been passed down for many generations. At the heart of the eroded cave lies a precious treasure, the Wind Spirit Stone. Oh, that's a cool name. Energy from all over gathered here in this cave and it crystallized over countless centuries. The stone possessed immense magical power and it captivated the hearts and minds of many with its mystical allure. Both humans and monsters alike were drawn to it. Soon enough, the land became infested with powerful demonic beasts that had been granted the favor of the stone. That sounds bad. Are the people of Longport okay? Yes, they were fine in spite of the danger. Many eagles and bandits traveled here in search of the stone. However, none of them returned, and shortly thereafter, travel to this island was strictly forbidden for many years. What a terrifying legend! I wasn't expecting it to be so dark. Now we're carrying us right into that same hotbed of monsters. Correct. There are lots of nasty little beasts out and about, which makes the story all the more believable. I don't have any issue with them being here. The real problem is the one that is roaming deep within. If we get ambushed along the way, we just have to make short work of them. I've never seen a tour guide with such nerves of steel. To bashing, he ain't gonna be much of an asset because we're the ones who will be doing the monster bashing. That's fine, and what back to the task. And I can let those in now. Now let us commence the tour in class. We'll be heading through the passageway. Oh, and if you ever need to return to the city, just let me know. One is now accompanying the party.
Ez amikor nem abban, hanem hogy mit tudom, hogy milyen ez a, nincs a pályán.
Nem, igen, egy kis tömegkövet.
Ez nem sztori, ez sztori.
Ez ilyen másik sztori.
Külön dungeon kap, vagy ilyen külső dungeon van hozzá.
Sztori. Egy kis
Activating smart.
during low tide, which makes the other passage really traversable. Oh, so we would get a completely different experience if we came back when the tide's low. Exactly. Also, believe it or not, there's another legend about that. Said that those who visit the cave during high tide will often fall prey to vicious monsters who will grab you by the feet and drag you underwater. After that, you will be torn to shreds and devoured by ravenous undersea beasts. Torn to shreds, devoured? When low tide comes around, you will find piles and piles of jagged bones and tattered flesh. That's why some call this area aquatic hell. It's the first obstacle of the eroded cave. Oh, I get it, the cave must be testing the courage and willpower of anyone who comes here. It's a pretty damn grotesque bit of picture. You should have intended to much for the average tourist. And the total visitors tell us they find it free. Oh, there's also the tale of the young man who surpassed the legends. Would you like to hear about that one? Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. Oops, maybe we should save it for another time. Oh dear, you appear to be surrounded. Not for long. Let's mop the floor with these chunks. I'm not sure if they're the monsters from the legend. I don't need confirmation that let's beat them up. Get your bags. Keeping up with them in that fight. I see that, but your footwork was way better than mine, and I'm being held down by the terrain at all. Now, there are a lot more monsters here than I thought. Guess getting to the big belly ain't gonna be a walk in the park. Yeah, but I don't mind. I'm having fun walking around and taking in the view. Let's keep it up, you guys. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. By the way, I have rescue equipment on hand in case anyone falls into the water. If you're worried about that, don't stress, just enjoy the tour. Alright.
Going all in.
Boost level maximum strength. Boost gauge limit increased.
A chance! Get him back, Barry!
Activate skill. Activate skill.
It should be safe for now.
Nice job, Agnes.
I'll take you on.
Pull out all the stops!
Keep it up. It's working.
Going all in.
There.
A chance!
Activate skill.
Get him back, Barry! Have some more!
Great. Marusha and the flames. You did wonderful, Fairy.
Jó, jó, akkor.
Mi van?
Bekészítem a mosást.
Jó van. Bármi is teszem bele.
Nem rakok be, úgy üresen járatok. Egyébként meg mi között hozzá?
Hogy megyek bepofázni?
Mit kérdeznéd, hogy mit csinálok?
Kiverem a fogamat.
Vedd ki a fogad, gyerünk! Hajrá!
Megverlek, oda megyek, most mondják!
Fogd le! Az percben nincsen más.
Hál' Istennek lefogtak.
Ki fogod le?
Hát az a havereim. Igazad van, játszok veled. Nem játszok egyedül. Mit tudod? Nem maradsz. Jó van. Azt mondja, a tudó. Ez mindenki visszafogadja ezt a... Most a Tour de France-ot csinálod. Az erodert kívülre vagyunk. Igen, amúgy szerintem az amiket esetleg hiszek. De ez tényleg hiszek. Hú, ezek ilyen geci nagy.
I'm on it.
Single third. Barry.
Over here.
It's working.
Enemy.
Going all in.
Initialize track.
All you want yet. Chance.
Use the track. Get the upper hand. We'll work later. Good luck.
Single thirds. Aerial buster. Hit her back, Barry.
Over here.
Keep it up. It's working. Breathe on it. Again.
Certain colors to be more effective.
Time to go all out. Perfect chance.
Lucius would work here.
Good luck. This'll hurt.
Pull out all the stops.
Go.
Here I go.
Chance.
Use the track.
Single
Upper
thirds.
hand. Blaze
Single thirds.
the chance. Break the loop. One heel.
Thanks, pal.
Come on. Do your worst.
Lucius would work here.
Pull out all the
Go.
single thirds. Aerial buster. All you want yet. Moving on up.
Drår. Jag mest klippte vid.
Jó. Helyre ráza, jó. Köszönöm.
Triple taktika fókusz.
All you onions!
This is Woodward here. This is Woodward here. Initial using drive. Initial using drive.
And some more!
It should be safe for now.
Nice job, onions.
Kettős. 9. Ott az a sziget. Kapcsolgat nem tudjuk. Pari. Ahogy pistálsz. Van a fel, nem tudom menni. Ha születnék jövő.
Hát nem tudom, valahogy lehet ki oda lyukadni valahogy. Lehet, hogy most nincsen. Nézd, ott a vizen keresztül kéne menni.
Nyugodtan vehetne a fejem még.
Now, take a look at the hole in the rocks straight ahead. You can get a view of the sea through there. Holy moly, you are kidding me! Wonder where those holes came from. Actually, there's another legend about that. This place is said to be the second obstacle of the eroded cave. I mean, I think it's too much to hope that the story will be a happy one. Sorry to say, but yes, this place is known as Death's Head. It's a nesting ground for monsters. According to the legend, the ground was once littered with the skulls and bones of human beings. It is said that the souls of fallen challengers are cursed to wander this place for all eternity, and the corpses longing for salvation would pick themselves off the ground and walk over to the stone walls and claw at them day in and day out. That's how the holes in the walls formed. At night, the lingering mist was said to have poured in through them, turning the sea a crimson red. You seriously feed to these creepy stories? And where did you scare people away with them?
Forces would work here.
I'll round them up and scatter them. Blades
Losing pride.
Gotta hold two of them.
Activating drive.
Forces would work here.
It's working. Bring it back to us.
Forces would work here. Losing pride. Forces would work here.
It's working.
Going all in. Get down.
Activating drive.
This will hurt.
Phew, that takes care of that. Alright, it won't be long before we reach our destination. The third obstacle is just a little ways from here. The monster should be lying in wait there. Just a little bit more to go, everyone. Good, I'm just about ready to wrap this up.
This will hurt.
Oh my.
This will hurt. Get up fast, Barry.
Good work here.
Keep it up. It's working. This will hurt.
Get our shot.
I can live with this.
Nice job, Agnes.
Láttam, miért mész hosszú. Költöm az utcaidat.
Látom. Nem is tetszik.
Nem? El leszek zavarva, nem tudok viselkedni még.
Így van, egy passzolás próbálja dolgokat.
Hát így volt.
This will hurt. All you want is
Good work here.
going all in.
Good work here.
This will hurt. Moving on up.
Gyöpörösséget. Nem, arra. Össze, ha jól látom.
All you want is
What should I do? Blade, protect us. Activating drive.
Good work here.
this will hurt.
Transition. this.
Ja. És belefél. Basz meg. Basz meg.
Ez tele van.
Csak kicsit többsz.
Jó.
Magyar embereket kicsit kipróbáltatni.
Jó lehet. Elalszolok George is hotelba.
Akarok.
Nem szabad. Nem szabad, hanem mi a van érti?
Amúgy igen, mert ez mit lehetne?
Hát egész basz.
A villamosígásítani. Próbálsz, hogy az úgy minden időbe telik.
Keep it up! It's working!
Going all in.
Jól így. Azt mondja, hogy világít. Ja, igen, mondtad is. Gyere.
Igen. Igen, köszönöm a beszélgetést. Még nincsen meg.
Certain arms will be more effective.
Oh, stop. Sucker.
Boost and gain weapon increase.
There we go!
Got your number. Hit him fast, Barry.
There we go!
Gotcha.
We can win right now! Use the shark to get the upper hand! Their guards will work better! Blades protect us! Attack their weakness with an art! Simple?
Cypher activate.
Boost would work here. Activate skill.
Have some more.
Certain arms will be more effective.
Going all in.
Boost gauge limit increase.
Here he goes.
take it from here.
I'm on it.
Aha, oké. És így visszatett túl valahova. Áttetik a
Látom, hogy ott kapcsolni a szart.
legújító létszámot.
Not so clear.
És majd egy kis shortcut van.
Looks like a chest.
És el tudom menni ezt is. Aha, az megint egy másik járat. Jó, oké. Akkor eljöttem most. Ez megint egy kicsit másik helyre kell rotéverni.
Battle finished. Let's hurry on ahead.
I am stuffed.
This could get tricky soon.
Got a whole slew of them. Take that. All you want is. Some more.
This is Daybreak here.
You'll pay for that. You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You kick butt, man.
Akkor azt hiszem boss fightra.
Nem érsz, ilyen.
This is gonna be a good stop.
That hits the spot.
Szíteni vele. Ez a... Huh? Oh, that is... Oh! This monster definitely matches the description from the report. Looks like this guy is all alone. That'll make this much easier. Let's send over Academy to Buttery Grave Girls. Ready! Keep going down!
This is Woodward here.
It's working!
This is Woodward East.
Going all in.
Keep it up! It's working!
Barbarian.
Thanks, Jack. Keep it up! It's working!
This will hurt.
Do your worst!
Az nagy gigateknős. Ez nem a Granitrel, nem a Granitrel. Többi sokkal nagyobb, mert sokkal több állapélni, nem?
This level, that's the to be more effective.
Ha azt amit a másik, akkor nem szabad összeállni, mert a másik az mindig ráugrott.
Switch power to be more effective.
Pull out all the stops.
System? Activate.
You'll pay for that.
I need to use down. Thank you. Here goes.
Boost level, maximum strength. Switch power to be more effective.
Brace protect us.
Pull out all the stops.
Switch power to be more effective.
Cheers.
This is Woodward here.
System? This will hurt.
Pull out all the stops.
csak 10 feltétlen róla. Szupák lesz, hogy elnézem.
Going all in. Here goes.
Try.
Going all in. Look how you are.
Here goes.
My move now.
What should I do?
Going all in. Look how you are.
Do your worst.
Look how you are.
I'll take you on.
Hit him fast, Barry. Bring it on. Moving on up.
Hallå.
Na végigérni. De legalább is volt ez. Majdnem kártam is.
Ja, sok minden volt most. Oh, what is one? That thing didn't stand a chance. You all were incredible. Now that the master has been taken care of, smaller ones should depart in time. They were drawn in by it seems. Thanks to you, we should be able to conduct our tours again soon. I'll be sure to gush about you all to Lady Ashen. Yes. Well, I think it's time for us to be heading back. But before that, I wanted to ask if there was a legend tied to the third obstacle. Oh yeah, I was wondering about that. So what the fuck that is? Follow me! The Wind Spirit Stone was said to be around here. those who were fortunate enough to make it this far would bore witness to its dazzling beauty. However, those who dared to reach out to the stone would awaken the wicked spirit that resided within. The spirit would create raging tornadoes following the stone's seekers home and leaving not a trace of their mortal bodies behind. And that's why no one who came to this island ever returned alive. That's quite the unsettling conclusion. I know those legends are all fiction, but they still give me the chills. Said the end, but there's more to the story, isn't there? Oh yeah, you didn't tell us about the young man who surpassed the legends. You have an excellent memory. This is a true story from some 50 years ago. One day, a ferocious monster that resembled a wicked spirit appeared in the eroded cave. It had the power to control the wind itself, leading to stormy waters. The surface of the sea was painted red with the blood of fishes. Some eerily similar to those old legends, even if the details differ slightly. Eagles and execution squads traveled to the island to quell the chaos, but they all met their demise. It was as though the legends had become reality. But in the wake of the city's despair, a new legend was born, the legend of a young man who conquered the legends. Ah, so that's where he comes in. Despite his youth, his martial arts prowess rivaled that of a master practitioner. He traversed the perilous caves, swatting away the evil spirits minions left and right, until he finally met his prey. Even in the face of its overwhelming strength, the young man armed only with his Gekka skills vanquished the spirit by cutting it in two. I must have been one heck of a warrior. After that, the smaller monsters fled the cave and peace was restored to all. Whether the wind spirit don't truly exist still remains a mystery. Only the young man knows the answer to it. It says that this was only the first of many adventures he had on his journey. Not a bad story. The fact that it's true makes it even better. I like to meet that guy someday. I would as well. Unfortunately, we have no idea where he went after that, or what his name is for that matter. I suppose we just have to let our imagination fill in those blanks. It's kind of sad that he's a nameless hero, but at least he isn't unsung. Anyway, thank you for guiding us and for telling us those stories. Yeah, they definitely weren't boring, I'll say that much. I'm glad you were sufficiently entertained. Now, as you head back, I want you to imagine that you are the young, courageous hero of the tale. I'm sure things will look different if you look at the surroundings through his eyes.
All in a day's work. We had to come thinking first.
Na, növekedik, rég meg a ló. Megmasszunk, az nem sokat nő, de az nem is a könnyű növelni.
Ez egy döntés alapú, hogy mit növelünk.
Azok a kicsit az ilyen gonoszabb válaszok, de eddig nem abban az irányba mentünk.
Nem, mégis amikor jöttünk ilyen. Kicsit szűk az órás.
Looks like a chest. That hits the spot.
Aztán vissza is teleportáltak már. Majd kiürítettem a cave-et. Többi helyhez. Később kell visszajönni. the Eastern Quarter.
Breeze here feels so nice. This must be the Eastern Quarter.
Hello?
What is that? Hello!
The side of town is so different than the Eastern Quarter. There's even a movie theater here. So I recall this is all part of a new development effort. Yeah, back in the day, all that was here was the port down south. But after Carver and Democratic and the Urban Revolution happened, things started changing around here. Oh yeah, that's why it's the second biggest city in the country. I mean, just look at that huge building. That's the Langport Trade Center. Some people just call it the Great Spire though. Don't think you'll have much to do with that for this job. Anyway, let's check the bulletin board and get moving.
Hey, it's you guys again.
Oh, aren't you that reporter from the Tirar Times? Is this a friend of yours? Not exactly, we just bumped into Little Miss Tryhard here a few times now.
Enough about that. What are you doing in Longport anyway? Up to no good, I bet.
Business as usual, you're getting into trouble again?
No. I came here to write an article for the culture column. That's done now, but I get the feeling something big is about to happen here. So I'm using some time off to stay and find a scoop.
That's some dedication. I'm surprised she noticed what's going on. Dingo did mention that she has good luck. Good luck and very good news apparently. Have fun with that. Peace. Just following us. Stay over her. Stay following us. Still trying to hide it either. Alright, what gives? If you're wanting for dirt on Giacomo, I fresh out. Oh wait, that's yesterday's news. Can't explain why they're gloaming onto us then. Not mind if I do. Here's an analogy. If trouble is monsters, then you accept it. While you don't necessarily cause trouble yourselves, you certainly seem to attract it. So if I follow you, I'm going to find my next big scoop. Just pretend I'm not here and go about business as usual, okay? I'm happy. Actually, I'm feeling jealous. Let me throw you a bone. There's an important person in Longport right now. Take a gander. Maxim Lugan? It's the guy who really likes himself. Ben, what are you? What is a superstar like that doing here? See, I got the client confidentiality to uphold, you know. But I'm sure that it goes without saying that it ain't normal for a guy like that to be wandering around a place like this all by his lonesome. Very true. Unfortunately, we got too much on our plate to keep an eye on him. So if you got don't give up on our land, why not pass it to a friend of Dingo's? Not to write about politics though. Sounds like something fit for a tabloid. You get the sports section, don't you? Besides, maybe getting a scoop here will get the transfer you've been looking for. Plus, I bet you'll understand Dingo better if you give his line of work a try. Make a compelling case, Spring. I'm no expert on reporting celebrity news. But I pursue the story with journalistic integrity and respect for the subject's privacy. Just you wait, Dingo. I'll catch up to you before you know it. That's the spirit. Anywho, good luck out there. Thanks for the lead. A breakout article tomorrow, the Pulitzer Prize. The charming person can't be much older than me, right? She's a reporter, so it's safe to say she's at least 20. More importantly, you did it again. Little flipping what her. Don't get her a story either though. Oh well, time is wasting. Let's go check out the job board. Bye.
Az első szamsztori. Ezek hívő van egy.
Igen, megcsináltam a szörnyeset, most akkor menni kell a Special Delivery-re. Ez meg a...
Utánba kéne menni a parkba.
Most vagyok itt, igen. Miután is már csak a parkhoz kell elmenni akkor. Ha kezdem mondani, nem is megyek el igaz a porthoz.
You there! Have some pasta down.
Looking for something to
I think this is the part that Neil was talking about. Yeah, he was told to put the goods on one of the bed, which is facing the ocean. Oh yeah, it's my time to shine. We'll be right here if anything happens. Be ready for anything, alright? Stop, beginning operation.
Ciao.
Get back on target. What should we do? We follow at a distance. Here's the goods. Delivery person was switched out, yes. Yeah, we got a kid to do the exchange. Doesn't look like you guys noticed the thing. I think we're in the clear. So he's the guy who wanted the drugs. Didn't notice us yet. You think they're on too? Should we charge in? Yeah, let's go. Seize them. Damn it! How'd they find us out? Let's screw them up. Unhand me the rats, you heavy people. Hey, you are? I don't even realize they were behind us. I know I feel like we were made into pawns. Neil must have been the bait. I thought it was weird that he managed to give her you the slip. Well, either way, you're doing us a solid here. Saves us the trouble of bringing them in ourselves. Yeah, you're always happy to clean up the trash. Thank you for your assistance. We were lucky that he issued a request to you. Now then, we will ask that you hand Neil over to us. He's a material witness and a suspect. But he got caught up in all of this by accident. Neil had no knowledge of the drugs. He doesn't deserve to be punished for this. Let's for us to decide. Our job is to judge. Yours is to comply. I will ask one more time. Will you hand it over to us? The whole point of this request was to save our client. Giving him over to Mayor would be like throwing him to the wolves. I see it, we got two choices. We try to persuade them, or we fight. How should I go about this? Azért már nem lenne jó fájtani, mert úgy az ő kérdésekre jöttünk ide. Hát megpróbálom meggyőzni őket.
Ja.
Okay, let's try that. Sorry, but I don't think we have to comply. Our view is that our client shouldn't be judged for this. We are at an impasse then. Yeah, so how about we compromise? We ask that you don't lay your hand on our client. You're a fool if you think we'd agree to that. Let me finish. In return, he'll be back from Lamport for a little while. Decide how long the battle lasts. How's that sound? All these outsiders think they are. I know that we can deny your proposal, but only because you are the Lu family's other guests. Wait, really? He is barred from entering Lamport for 1 year. Should he breach this agreement, we will pass judgment on him. Sounds good. Phew, what a relief. What, you negotiated? Hey, you are? Yeah, you're banned from entering Lamport for the next year. Just to be safe, you should probably leave the city as soon as you can. I see, that's unfortunate, but it's not a huge deal. Not even a resident of the city. I'm just glad I won't have to be looking over my shoulder anymore. Thank you so much. Hope you've learned your lesson. No more sketchy Greeks, alright? Of course. I'm happy things worked out for the best. I knew you and your assistants could get the job done well. Consider this as a small token of my gratitude. Tét 3, Shining Almond Tofu. Wow, sweets! Thank you so much! Fényes, mondulás tofu. Kicsit kíváncsi lettem. So what? Come on now. I ain't a kid anymore. As far as I'm concerned, you still are. And it's not every day I get to see man being treated like a kid. I'm going to donate to you guys soon. Again, thank you all very much. That includes you, Paul. I surely would be instead to be by you had you not stepped in. Might be a minute or so before I can stop by to visit. But I'll make sure to bring some souvenirs from home when I do. I'm looking forward to it. Take care, everyone.
Mission accomplished. Great job, you guys.
Ugrigyek a... Szurkénk az már kettesen van.
Na.
This must be the eastern quarter.
Szívány 49 van.
Bizony. Nem van akkor a két küldi, nem?
Aha!
Akkor most meg is elég szerintem.
Gondoltam, akkor most nem kezdek el körbe menni, akkor szünet jön. Ezt én meg állítom.